Once upon a time, there lived a young boy named Chima. He lived in a small village where everyone knew themselves. They did not have much, but they lived very simple lives. But there was a man in this village who was not like the rest of them. His name was Mr. Okonkwo. He had very blue eyes. He was not like anyone in the whole village. People whispered and even gossiped about him. Some pointed at him and said he was the chosen one. Others said he was cursed. Okonkwo lived in a mud hut like the rest of the villagers. But in front of that hut was a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Clean, shiny, expensive. But nobody understood. How can a man live in a hut and drive that kind of a car, other men would say? He didn't work. He didn't go to the farm. He always drove out. No friends visited. But every week he wore very fine clothes. Always new. Always clean. And from time to time, he drove different expensive cars into the village. He bought things from outside. Some things Chima and the other villagers had never seen before. He never spoke to any of the villagers. He never even helped anyone in the village, not even his own mother. She died sick and poor. He did not send her money. Chima asked him for help many times, but he would always say no, I can't, and that was all. No reason, just no. Every time, Mr. Okonkwo would be in his hut, shut the doors, and sweep buckets full of money and pile them. He would kneel down in front of the money tree in the dark, whispering to it carefully, plucking lots of cash. One day, Chima watched as Mr. Okonkwo drove away. Then he signaled his cousin Kelechi, who guarded the door while he went out, so that in case Mr. Okonkwo comes back, they could be alerted. They thought, maybe, just maybe, he was hiding something in that hut that they could all use. But what he saw made his heart stop. He saw a tree right in the middle of the hut. No one had ever seen that tree from outside. It glowed so beautifully and looked different as Chima blinked. It looked like money. Real money was dangling from the tree. It was so bright he couldn't get a clear view, or maybe he was in so much shock of what he had seen. Before Chima could go in fully to confirm what he thought he saw, they heard Mr. Okonkwo's car sound. It seemed Mr. Okonkwo came back early to pick up something, and they left the house immediately. When they got home, Chima could not explain to Kelechi what he had seen. He tried to tell Kelechi that he saw something that looked like a tree with real money on it and not fruits. But it was too hard for Kelechi to believe. That night, Mr. Okonkwo left home and never returned that same day. So, Chima and Kelechi decided that before dawn the next day, they would return to Mr. Okonkwo's house. The next day, at dawn, Chima and Kelechi sneaked back to Mr. Okonkwo's house. Lo and behold, the tree was still there. It glowed faintly. It looked very alive. But this time, it was bigger than the last time when Chima had seen it. They didn't care. They plucked as much as they could. After all, Chima's sister was dying and he needed that money to save her. Kelechi, as usual, stayed back and looked out just in case Mr. Okonkwo came back home that morning. After they had successfully stuffed their pockets with all the money they could pluck, they ran back home laughing. That same day, things changed. Okonkwo came back to his hut and screamed. The whole villagers had never heard a man scream like that or even shout like that. He fell to the ground shaking. We thought someone had died, but when we peeped the hut, we saw it. The tree was dying. The leaves were turning black. The money we saw was gone, and by afternoon, the tree was gone. Just a very big hole in the ground remaining. Then, everything got worse. Okonkwo's car stopped working. His clothes turned to rag. All the money he had kept disappeared. He started walking barefoot in the village. No one helped him, not because they were angry, but because they were scared. Mr. Okonkwo sat under a tree for days. He didn't talk, He didn't eat, he just stared. Then one day he left. No one saw where he went. He just vanished. Chima still has one of those notes they plucked. It turned to paper with no value, just white and empty. Kelechi and Chima never spoke of that day again. Oh, and Chima's sister sadly died a week later. The money couldn't save her. Sometimes they wonder, what was really in that tree? Who gave it to Mr. Okonkwo? Why could he not help the villagers? Why couldn't he help anyone? Was Mr. Okonkwo's loss their fault? Was it a gift or a curse? Every day, they are haunted by what they saw. They are haunted by what they later found and lost. The lesson to be learned in this story is that sometimes everything that looks like a blessing may come with a price. And sometimes some doors, once opened, they never close the same way again. Thank you for watching.